Welcome to my channel, Wealth Without Worry. If you're new here, I'm Taya, an investment banker with 7 years of experience in the finance world. And now I make personal finance simple and easy to understand. So today we're going to talk about ISAs. So if you ever wondered what are they, which one should you pick, and most importantly, what you need to do before 5th of April, this video is for you. Let's dive into this. So what is an ISA? So an ISA stands for an individual savings account, which is basically a tax-free bucket for your savings and investments. So anything inside this bucket is protected from tax, which is why ISA is such a great tool for building wealth. So there are 4 types of ISAs and each one serves a different purpose. So you have a cash ISA, which is essentially a tax-free savings account. Then you also have a stocks and shares ISA, which is a tax-free investment account. You also have a lifetime ISA, which helps you to save for your first home or for your retirement. And finally, you also have a junior ISA, which is a tax-free way to invest for your children's future. So the key rule for ISAs is that you can only put £20,000 per tax year across all your ISAs, except the junior one, which is separate to your main allowance. So if you don't use your allowance by April 5th, 2025, you lose it forever. There are no rollovers. So let's go through each of the ISAs one by one. So the first one is cash ISA. So a cash ISA is like a regular savings account, but the interest you earn there is tax-free. So there are different types of cash ISAs. So you get easy access cash ISA, which means you can withdraw money from it anytime. You get fixed rate cash ISAs, where you lock your money away for a certain period of time, but generally you would get a higher interest rate on your cash. And then you also get a notice cash ISA, where you typically need to give a notice before withdrawing your savings from that account. So why does this matter? So normally in a regular savings account, if you earn interest over your personal savings allowance, you would have to pay tax. So if you're a basic rate taxpayer, your savings allowance is £1,000 per tax year. If you're a higher rate taxpayer, it goes down to £500. And then if you're an additional rate taxpayer, you actually lose all your allowance. So with the cash ISA, there is no tax at all on your interest, no matter how much you earn. So tip for you here, some providers offer much better interest rates than others on cash ISAs. So do check comparison websites like Money Saving Expert before choosing one. So now let's move on to the stocks and shares ISAs. So a stocks and share ISA lets you invest in stocks in UK, US, globally, etc. Index funds and ETFs like the S&P 500 or global diversified funds, mutual funds and bonds. So why is it important? So any money you make, whether from dividends or capital growth, is completely tax-free. So for example, if you invest £200 per month into a global index fund, assuming there is a 6% annual return, you would have around £91,500 in 20 years' time, all tax-free. If that money on the other hand was in a normal investment account, you would have to pay capital gains and dividend tax. So the new rule for 2024-2025 is that you can now actually open multiple stocks and shares ISAs in the same tax year with different providers, which gives you more flexibility. So how can you get started? So first off, choose a provider. Some popular options include Vanguard, Fidelity, Hansgrove Lansdowne, Trading 212, which I actually personally use, is super simple and very friendly for a beginner. So you select your investments there, index funds, individual stocks, ETFs, etc. You deposit your money from your bank account in a lump sum or in monthly payments, and then see your investments grow over time. So the next type of ISA is a lifetime ISA. So that one was specifically designed to help you buy your first house or save for retirement. So you can put up to £4,000 per year, and the government adds a 25% bonus for free. So let's say you put £4,000, you will get an extra £1,000 for free from the government. But here's the catch, the property must cost £450,000 or less and be your first home for you to be eligible for that. So you need to hold the LISA for at least 12 months before using it to buy a home. There is a slight warning for you here. If you withdraw the money for anything other than buying your first home or after the age of 60, you'll pay 25% penalty, which actually means you lose some of your own money, not just the bonus. So the last type of ISA we're going to talk about is a junior ISA. So basically, it's a tax-free saving or investment account for your kids. So parents or guardians can save up to £9,000 per year for their child, and it stays locked in for them until the age of 18. So you can choose between a cash junior ISA, which works like a cash ISA, and a stocks and shares junior ISA, where you can invest for long-term growth. So it's actually such a great way to invest for your children's future, because if you start investing for your child when they're young, compound growth can turn a small amount into a huge tax refund by the age they're 18, which then they can use to go to university, buy their first home, or anything else. So just to recap what you need to do by the end of April 5th, firstly, make sure you max out your ISA allowance for this tax year up to the limit of £20,000, because if you don't, you will just simply lose it. And if you don't have an ISA account yet, it might be a great time to get one, because it's such a good way to protect your income and wealth from tax. And if you enjoyed this video, make sure you hit subscribe, because on this channel weekly I will be uploading videos to make personal finance simple for you and to help build your wealth. Thanks for watching. See you in the next videos. Bye bye.